touched with the
energy, the place.
appreciation as
Yeah.
well, like for life, and like the
Mm,
opportunities
it-
and the more opportunities we have in
Mhm.
England, but we don't appreciate them, sort of thing,
Mm.
compared to here. The atmosphere and like the comparing, like the hostility to like America to Thailand.
Oh man, all I gotta say, and I'm almost reluctant in saying this, but I love you guys all over the world, so I'm gonna say it.
Go to Bangkok
Mm,
and spend a few days in Bangkok.
mm,
I've been to New York
mm.
and I've been to Bangkok. Bangkok number one every
Really?
time.
What do you say to people that are in a state of wanting to come to Thailand, live over here? What do you say to them?
Take a 6-month break.
I don't look at this place as a third world country anymore because I realize how convenient this place really is.
It's like they're just stuck, paralyzed.
Yeah, and society doesn't really want them to make decisions anyway. It's quite happy. I always think that when you strip it all down, you're just a cog in that system, and you need people to conform and do the roles.
Yes.
Someone needs to sweep the streets.
Yeah.
Someone needs to serve the school dinner. Someone needs to teach. Otherwise, the system doesn't work.
Yes.
And my feeling is this: yeah, fine. Doesn't mean I want to play by that rule just for your system to work.
No. How do you like? I just felt so touched with the
energy, the place.
appreciation as
Yeah.
well, like for life, and like the opportunities and the more opportunities we have in England, but we don't appreciate them, sort of thing, compared to here. I just felt so rejuvenated.
Yeah, I do. Yeah, if I did live somewhere else or I had the chance to, I'd maybe consider there. But it's really awkward because now I've like started YouTube here. It sort of limits me in a way.
Oh, okay.
Because like I couldn't go over to Koh Phangan and keep making a load of cool videos because a lot of my audience now. I've sort of like funneled myself here. Do you know what I mean? In a way. So I've got the opportunity to go on holidays and stuff, but in terms of relocating, I've sort of made it more difficult for myself. I could maybe go Bangkok or Bang Sarai.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. Do you ever ask your followers like, what do you want to see me do?
I've asked that, yeah, on like live streams and stuff, but so get some decent answers, but it's always so varied, and I've sort of got an understanding now of what my audience wants. And big part of YouTube is like understanding your audience and being able to give them what they want to see time and time again. So I sort of know, like you sort of have an idea of what they want anyway before you even need to ask them because how your other videos have done in the past. If that makes sense.
What's like your North Star, or like your grandiose like goal with your life and YouTube in general?
That's a good question. Like goals I want really, I just want a nicer condo, like with bigger, or I might like, like one of them small villas with the pools they've got like on the down in Jomtien or something, like something a bit bigger and a bit nicer with like a bike and a cat, and being able to just go on holidays more frequently, go back to Koh Phangan every couple of months, not like every 6 months. Do you know what I mean? Like, yeah, I'm pretty content right now, to be honest.
Beautiful.
Not far off. But just being able to have a bit more space, a bit more money, and a bit more time for myself. That's what I want.
Going back to the traveling, what's like some of the main things you have taken from traveling?
Like taken with me?
Yes. What have you learned from traveling?
I think I did have a good saying in my head. Let me try and remember what it was. You've got to have gratitude. You've got to be grateful for what you do have. Have gratitude in everything. Because if you're grateful for what you do have, it doesn't matter like sort of what you don't have, and it always feels like you've got something that you can hold on to. Does that make sense?
Totally. Reminds me about the wildfires in LA. Like there's an older guy, and I guess it was his daughter, and she said, "We've lost everything." And like massive sympathy in that, but you have never lost everything. You cannot ever lose everything until you have literally you're 6 feet under.
Until you're dead. Yeah.
You with me?
Yeah.
So that's just, as soon as she said it, I was like, no, you're wrong. You have still got your old body. You have all your working limbs. Do you know what I mean? But what the world is like, it's like, it's when you lose everything outside, you're fucked. Because like they put so much importance on the outside instead of looking in and appreciating, as you just said, what you have. What you
I know
have.
what you mean. Like people are too caught up in like materialistic stuff and forget about like what stuff hits home really.
And like who is in control of your own happiness. Certainly. So like in the next like few years, 3, 4, 5 years, how do you vision your life going?
Hopefully I'm still in Thailand or traveling around in and out of Thailand. I do want to go home and see my family. I was thinking about going home this Christmas because I haven't been
Yes.
back yet.
Is that 2 years you've been traveling in
yeah,
Thailand? Yeah. I went back a month ago. Yeah, so I've just come back.
Yeah, so I do want to head back to England at some point. You know, say hello to my family and my friends because that's really, I still speak to them on the phone, but it's not the same. So I do want to make a journey home. And how do I see myself? Like I said before, just a nice little beach villa, like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And a cat and a studio. That's what I want. I want a studio,
Yes.
like where I can go in a room, have all my setup there,
Yes.
and just in a zone.
Good
like,
to
do you know
go.
what I mean? Something like soundproof, just like this, like
Yeah.
where I can go in there and have my space to work. So at the moment, I'm like editing on the bed, I'm on the sofa, wires everywhere, and I'm just like, I just want a space. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's what I'm trying to work towards now.
Totally. I'm confident we can make that happen.
I hope so.
If you could send a message to your older self, younger self, send a message to your younger self, what would it be?
Just send a message to my younger self. Just tell myself to keep doing what you're doing and don't listen to, you know, people around you that are telling you otherwise, and stay confident, believe in yourself.
One thing that's floating through my mind is like the atmosphere and like the comparing like the hostility to like America to Thailand.
Oh man, all I gotta say, and I'm almost reluctant in saying this, but I love you guys all over the world, so I'm gonna say it. This is heaven. I've never smiled like this a day in my life. This is the happiest time and the happiest place I've ever been. And all of us are mentally destroyed in our minds. So please get your mind together and leave your attitude and your negativity at home, wherever you're at the airport, not over here, at the airport where you live. Because you come to Thailand, this is the land of smiles. I love the Thai culture, the Thai people. Very good people, very humble people. And always remember that you are a visitor. I am a visitor in their home. And I'm so humble and appreciative that they let me be here.
What do you say to people that are in a state of wanting to come to Thailand, leave England, and live over here? What do you say to them?
Take a 6-month break.
Yes.
Come here, get a cheap room. Don't go and, rent anything special. All you need is a bed and a shower. You can still get places for £5 a night here.
Yes.
£5. £5, sorry.
Yeah, totally. Maybe even a little less than, about 300, 400 baht.
Yeah.
400 baht. Yeah. Oh, £5, yeah.
Yeah. You can still, I would advise anyone that wants some of that, come out for 6 months. You can get a free 2-month visa now. I don't know anything about visas, anything past that, but come and spend 6 months out here. Get a feel for the place. Don't come out here and go round the bars partying. Get a feel for the local people. I haven't been to a bar in Thailand in over 3 years.
Oh, really? Wow.
Because my time is spent, I'm with the local guys, and they've done all the, the partying and the bar.
Yeah.
My favourite thing of a night is going down to Jomtien Beach 8 o'clock at night and they're playing volleyball.
Oh, okay.
You know, it's 20 something degrees. They're playing beach volleyball. If you want to be, you can have a nice cold beer. If you want something to eat, there's a street cart that comes up and cooks food. What a pleasant way to spend an evening.
And okay, what do you say to people that paint Pattaya in like a dark light and just has the only bad things to say about Pattaya?
Yes. Guys, you've had it and I've had it. People back home will say, oh yeah, you're going to Pattaya, or you're going for the lady boys.
Yes.
And I don't know if I could say that, but anyway, I've said it. Oh, you're going for the lady boys. My instant reaction, non-reaction is, I just think, mate, you haven't travelled. You haven't got to know these people. It's like classing England as Soho in London. Do you understand?
Same Soho.
Yeah, it's like, you know.
Yeah.
England.
Or like saying, oh, you going to England for fish and chips?
Yeah, yeah, it's exactly the same. You know, there's so much to do it, and this is a huge country.
Yeah.
I mean, I got here on the 10th of December.
Okay.
I spent 3 days in my apartment, and then I flew up to Chiang Mai with a friend.
Okay.
We had we stayed in Bangkok for 2 days.
Your apartment was in Bangkok. You 3 days?
Sorry, my apartment here in Pattaya. Yeah,
Got you.
We went up to Bangkok, stayed in a hotel for 2 nights. Then we flew from Bangkok up to Chiang Mai. Hired a motorbike for 6 days.
Okay.
It breaks your backside. 6 days in the saddle, believe you.
Yeah.
And we did My Son Loop, I think they call it.
I've heard a lot about that.
Yeah, you can usually do it in 3 days, but we turned it into 6 days because we went up to the Myanmar border, you know, the Burmese border, and then we took in a lot of extra places. But we had 6 days on a motorbike, and that is an experience I'll never, ever forget.
Both of you, one each?
No.
Shared it?
Shared it, yeah. Big bike.
Nice.
But what an experience. Most of the road goes through jungle. So you see snakes crossing the road, you know. Amazing, guys. If you haven't done it, I highly recommend it.
Noted.
It is something, you know, we were staying in hotels for like 200 baht a night, you know, and then you go to somewhere else, it'd be 1,000 baht a night.
Beautiful.
At the end of the day, we just got Google out and Google the nearest hotel or motel.
So the 200 baht one, was that an hotel?
It was just a motel.
Or
it was
hostel?
No, there is hostels, but this was, the 200 baht was just a room with a bed and a shower. And that's it.
So if you're not sure, 200 baht is around £2.30, £2.40 for one night.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
that's per person, but it's still cheap. 400 baht a night.
Yeah.
You know, it's unreal.
And it's great value as well, though. It's not just cheap and cheerful. It's good value. It's great value.
This place was spotlessly clean. You know?
Great view.
Yeah, I mean, the receptionist was laughing at us because, you know, when you're on a motorbike, you have 2 T-shirts, 2 pair of underpants.
Okay.
So when you finish each day, you have to wash them and hang them out to dry.
Okay. No clothes in your bag?
You can't carry a lot of bags because you're on a motorbike.
Yeah.
So you just take the
very
basic.
light.
So you're living very, very raw. But I loved it.
Next question I've got for you is it the word itinerary? What would you say if someone's coming over here for, like, say, 2 weeks, 14 days?
You see, that'd be no good for me because I get really bad jet lag.
Oh, okay.
And setting off from my house, getting into my hotel here is 27 hours. So 2 weeks would be no good for me. I'm in a coma the first 3 days I'm here, you know.
Okay, totally. Okay, so I'll put it to you. How long would you recommend someone coming over here, and what would you recommend?
If they're coming for the first time, right, come for a month. There is so much to do here. And don't go for, you know, the obvious stuff. Just find something out about the locals. My favourite time over here is going down to the military base in Satahib.
Yeah.
Yeah, you've got to go and take your passport, and it's on a military base.
Okay.
But it is the best beach in Thailand.
Really?
It
Where-
is
is that
pure
down
white
south?
sand. This is
Up.
30-mile. I don't know what it is in kilometers. 30
Okay.
miles that way.
Okay, from here.
From here, yeah. And it's on the military base, the
Mm.
Navy base, and it's the best beach I've ever been on.
Oh, okay.
Absolutely amazing.
And okay, go for it. Keep going.
But yeah, I would do
Satahip.
things like that. Go over to Koh Lan. Koh Lan is 30 baht on the boat.
Very boat, yeah.
That's changed a hell of a lot in the
Mm.
time I've been here.
Okay.
Massively.
Some great views from there as well. Over Pattaya.
Well, I've been here 2 months now, been over 5
Oh,
times.
really?
I've got friends
Ah.
over there as well. So we like to meet
Yeah.
up. And
A lot more chilled vibe over there, isn't there?
yeah, but I like snorkeling, you see. I love
Okay.
diving. So it's
Ah.
just like, nothing, just a pair of flippers and
Mm,
goggles and off you go. you know.
beautiful. Okay, so let's get it. How many days did you say in Satahip?
In where, sorry?
Where did you say the military base?
In Satahip.
Satahip. How many days there?
Been quite a few times.
No, I'm saying the 30 days. So what I want to do is set out like
Oh,
your
sorry.
own plan.
Yeah, I get you.
For
yeah,
like in
yeah.
30 days, what would you recommend?
One, I would definitely go down to Satahip, to the military base, because it just reminds me of Barbados.
Oh, really? Wow.
Yeah. For 2, if you've got the money and you can afford it, fly down to Krabi. It's
Krabi
so
is
cheap.
beautiful. I went there a couple of weeks ago.
Krabi
with
is
my-
stunning.
family.
Obviously, I bet you went to Railay Beach.
Yes, we did.
Yes, you did,
So
yeah.
we did.
The
I'm
best.
a mad granddad.
The best diving place in Thailand.
Yes.
Oh, the islands are incredible for diving. Thirdly, go to Bangkok
Mm,
and spend a few days in Bangkok.
mm,
I've been to New York
mm.
and I've been to Bangkok. Bangkok number 1 every
Really?
time. I think Bangkok is a lot more modern than New York. I think the transport infrastructure is incredible.
Mm. How many days would you spend in Bangkok, would you say?
I could live there. So.
Really?
Yeah.
It used to be too busy for me, but now I can cope
It is a
cope
bit
with
busy,
it.
but if you take, like say, you come in for a month, you want to sample all kinds and both sides of the life.
Yes.
Go, see Bangkok, how fast the life is, how great it is.
Yeah.
See the sky.
energy is absolutely exuberant. Where would
can-
you go to? Where's your favorite places in Bangkok?
Just central Bangkok.
Mm.
You know where the staggered, I forgot the name, the staggered tower is with the glass floor. Up Siloam.
Okay. Oh, it's not ringing a bell.
It's the Siloam area of Bangkok.
Okay.
And that area is great.
Yes.
The only problem is when I go to Bangkok, I tend to eat my way through it. The food is that good.
Yeah. Oh, while we're talking about food, one of my favorite apps. I'm not sponsored by them yet, but it's called Eatigo. So wherever you are in Asia, Thailand, Philippines, there's a few other places, Hong Kong, Singapore, like they give you like up to 50, sometimes 70% off top class
Wow.
restaurants. It's absolutely superb. The best restaurant I've ever been to is called Goji Kitchen in Bangkok, and then there's another one called Medini, and it's an absolutely epic view. So if you're ever in Bangkok or over Asia, download the app called Eatigo.
You see, I admire people like you because I don't have a favorite restaurant because I literally eat everything.
Okay. What's some of your favorite Thai food?
Well,
So Thailand, you're in Thailand now. Give me some of the major values Thailand has to offer.
First of all, I don't look at this place as a third world country anymore because I
Mm.
realize how convenient this place really is. It has all the modern stuff that you kind of people are like, oh, you go there, how do I get this? How do I get that? What do I buy? Like it has everything you possibly need. Yeah. So
that's a great value as well.
Great value. So that myth is gone, right? And Thai people, for the most part, I never had any problem with any Thai person so far at all. Really friendly, really cool. For the most part. I'm not saying there's no bad apples in the basket, but overall, if you don't cause trouble and you're not asking for it, you're not guy that's fiery for no reason.
Yeah. The respect
Thailand
is
would
there.
Thailand would treat you really good, right?
Yeah.
I generally have love for these people and their culture.
Yes.
Now it makes me want to learn the language more.
Yeah.
Because now knowing that I'm maybe staying here a little bit more long term, right? Now I respect their language more. I want to learn the language more. Their culture, maybe I think it's the Buddhism has a huge effect on how they treat people for the most part. And generally speaking, they're really just good people.
Yeah, the ego and it's just not really.
It's
there,
not
is
a
it?
yeah. It's not a yeah. It's very
It's not a
different.
thing, is it?
Yes,
Prejudice is not really a thing. Racism isn't a thing.
Yeah, it's not big here.
No,
You don't
not
really feel
at
it.
all.
Yeah, because it's like in the Western world, I have to say, I even to better myself, me and my friend went for a couple years. We did with this thing called pickup. So we'll go approach women like on the streets and shit, and to like I'll have a conversation, try to get a girlfriend. Like we did that for like 3 years, like on our off time. Me and my friend did that.
Content or just
No, just ourselves, just
okay.
like because I want to improve, like because it's like in the
communication.
West, it's like if you as a man in the West, unless you're a millionaire, if you don't work for it, ain't no girl coming to you, right? That's just the truth.
Well, you got to go and get it.
You have to work for it, right?
Yeah.
So we did that for a while, and I just realized, at least over here, how much difference that is. Like the receptiveness over here. Like over here now, I've grown to the point I just want to have a conversation, right? I'm not looking for anything. I just want some genuine human connection, right?
Yeah. That's a beautiful thing.
Yeah, and then I have learned.
You don't really get that from many guys.
You just don't go there. So
I hear that, bro. I hear that,
yeah. So it's a big difference between the West and here. Here's you get a good, genuine connection very easily. Yeah, at least a conversation, right? Yeah. Over there, you like sometimes they think like it's just a lot of scenarios where there's a lot of games going on in the West that I don't know how to play.
A lot of is it hierarchy stuff?
Yeah. Like you get the numbers, like the initial reaction seems great, but you'll get ghosted. Like yeah.
Part of the game, player.
Part of the game, yeah. So yeah, over here I'm getting very different results. So yeah.
Great stuff, man. Let's move on to self-development and some exercises that you stand by that have helped develop your character.
I think self-development, when it comes to myself, I'm always big on I can see you do it too. Like you gotta keep your body good. You know what I mean? You have to be in good shape, right? Like that's why I do jiu-jitsu and I train at Rage Academy. I've been boxing for on and off like good 9-10 years. You know what I mean? Just for fun. I'm not competitive or anything like that. Do competition, but it's funny. I actually have an event this Saturday. At the fight at the Rage Academy.
Oh, really?
Tag team boxing. Yeah, I'm doing so.
Interesting. I might come and actually watch, man.
Yeah, and then
I used to do a little bit there as well.
Yeah, good. Yeah, so I just for that, it's because when you do that, you really challenge yourself, right? These things like like you know what I mean, right? Like this is a big challenge.
Set up because they've got some sort of like WWF sort of vibe.
So have that. They have Muay Thai fights, right? And then they have what I'm involved with, the tag team boxing, which is me being an amateur, and then you would be a partner with a pro. And then the other team will have an amateur and also with a pro. So when you get tired or getting outboxed, right, you can tag your partner in, and then he comes in.
What time is that this weekend? Just out of
interest. I think like 6 p.m.
6 p.m. Saturday.
Saturday. Yeah,
Noted.
And
beautiful.
And I've done maybe 2 or 3 jiu-jitsu competition out here already in Bangkok. It's just great. These things really makes you focus and makes you tackle your fear, right? Like these are the self. With
Andre, is it? The Rage.
Well, I did it with Andrea, and Andrea, due to I guess some personal reason, he moved to Mixed Fight Academy. Yeah, and then now they have a new coach, Coach David, and Coach Jonathan there. So I still stay there with the new coach. They're still good. Cool, yeah.
Cool. Is there anything else apart from fitness that you invest your time in to develop yourself?
So I definitely still watch a lot of videos about spirituality or information. These things like you know videos about personal development, right? What's successful, like 48 laws of success, like these
Oh
things that
yeah.
sometimes they'll run back to it
Yeah.
and listen to some of their habits, right? And all these successful people had a really good routine every day.
Yes.
Every single one of them did.
Yeah. When you find gold and it keeps giving you gold, you should keep hammering it.
because we're habitual creatures, right? So at the end of the day, it's like your habits makes your life, right?
Why do you feel that like us as humans struggle to keep consistency when we know something for us is good for us, but we keep going back into our old habits?
I think one of the main struggles is you haven't found love with the grind enough, right? Like for me, eventually, for example, what I have is like I start falling in love with like going to the gym and doing jujitsu and these things, and so from the outside it may seem tough and like, why you do this every day? Like what's wrong with you? Because your body beat up, right? Like that. But for me, at this point, it's like it's something I already love.
So the tourist industry is getting affected. There's a lack of jobs, inflation. It's a real mess. But one thing's clear: if you're not happy, you have to do something about it. And the world's not going to give it to you on a plate. You've got tools like ChatGPT and Google. Go on there and search and find things.
Yeah.
Find out the gaps. What do I need to do to leave? Maybe it's not Thailand, but I can only talk about Thailand because that's where my personal experience is. But people are too lazy. Oh, I want to, but you can't because, and they give me an excuse. I've got a mortgage. I've got family. I've got this. Convenient for them to have this because then it justifies not taking an action.
The reason not to do something, instead of focusing on the reason and the reward, what you can get from it.
And the fear,
so, self-doubt.
I don't want to say shame on you because you're only a sum total of what the world's made you. But at the same time, I do want to say shame on you.
Yeah, well, it's their responsibility.
Especially if you've got family and that. What would you want your kids' decisions to be? You spend all them years bringing them up for them to say, I'm not happy, but I'm not going to change things. What would your advice be to kids? You'd say, come on, do something with your life. I love you. I want you to get the very best.
Yes.
So I'm saying to the parents, and sometimes my wife says we need to make sure we have enough money for our kids when we die and stuff like that. And I go, well, stop writing my life off. I need to make sure I'm all right. No one's going to look after me. And they'll be all right.
That's what I'm saying. I feel you should have that much confidence in them that the skills that you've passed on to them, they can take care of themselves.
Yeah, but never people discount their life. And I look back in the UK, I'm 50 years old now, and I see other 50 years old, and it's like they want to be out to graves already. They're quite happy sitting and doing nothing. And
like they've gave up already.
Well, they just, I don't, my back hurts. It's because you're sitting indoors doing nothing. Go to the gym, go and do some yoga, do some stretching. I bet you sit indoors every night and watch TV and snack. That's why your back's hurting.
Yep.
But they'll use the excuse. So I think I've circumnavigated. Don't be afraid. If you're not happy, come on, do something. What's the point? Why would you live out the rest of your life not quite happy? And if it all goes wrong, what's the worst that can happen? That you can work out what level of risk you think is acceptable. Maybe you keep your property and you rent it out in the UK. You work out levels, and depending on where you are and how fortunate you are, then there's different levels of risk that's acceptable to you.
Yeah. What really gets me is that there's no plan. There's no plan. It's like, right, I'm in this job and I would like to do so and so. I would like to live my dreams. That'd be great. But there's no plan. There's no direction, or there's no steps that they're actually putting in place to better themselves. It's like they're just stuck, paralyzed.
Yeah, and society doesn't really want them to make decisions anyway. It's quite happy. I always think that when you strip it all down, you're just a cog in that system, and you need people to conform and do the roles.
Yes.
Someone needs to sweep the streets.
Yeah.
Someone needs to serve the school dinner. Someone needs to teach. Otherwise the system doesn't work.
Yes.
And my feeling is this, fine. Doesn't mean I want to play by that rule just for your system to work.
No. No,
I
exactly.
couldn't care less.
Yeah.
I just want to make sure that I'm living my best life
Yeah.
and my family's living my best life.
And that's what we're here to help you do the same as well.
Yeah. Society will not push you to make a radical decision or change something that rocks the apple cart, because if everyone does it, society starts to fall apart. I'm thinking, and I could be wrong here, let society fall apart and let's reinvent it, because I'm really disillusioned with the world and the political system and the structures. And we're like, look at animals living their life. I'm not saying, I mean, there's benefits to humans. You get the health service and all of that, but we have to like pay to live our life. I just think there's a big shift, there's a big reform that's needed in this world. And that's why I almost want people to rise up and take control of their life and don't worry about anything else. Just be a bit selfish.
Go for it.
Be a bit selfish. People say don't be selfish. I think be selfish, because it's your life.
How did you end up leaving England? How old was you when you left England? And why exactly did you leave?
Okay, good question as well. Because I left at 29.
Okay.
And there was another catalyst in my life. My mum died when I was 29.
Oh, okay.
29, lost both parents.
Pain. That pain hit you.
Yeah, I always remember moments, and one of my bosses rang me up, and it must have stuck, because I use this a lot as reference. And he said, and I really respect his call. I'm 29 years old. I'm really unhappy. I'm really sad. I've lost both my parents. He rang me and said, "You might be feeling pain now, Dan. I understand that, but this is going to make you a stronger person."
Yes.
It sticks with me, that.
Yes.
Because it did make me a stronger person. And at some point in my life, I think I resented some of my friends because they would always consult with their parents for decisions. And I wasn't able to consult with anyone. And I found that my brothers were coming to me for advice. All of a sudden, there's this big burden on my shoulder. But actually, that empowered me to make big decisions without the need for someone else to give me advice. So when that man said it will make you a stronger person, it did make me a stronger person.
Why? Because sometimes it doesn't make people a stronger person. They actually use it as like a weapon, and like they victimize themselves, and they go in themselves, and they can turn to escapism. Do you know what I mean? So like, I'm trying to gauge like what's the difference between like you choosing that path and then another person going down a path of victimizing
Because
themselves.
you've got to switch, haven't you? You can go one way or the other.
Yes.
It's your life. You're talking about yourself.
Yeah.
And I really don't like seeing weak people that go, "Oh, my life's so bad. I'm gonna choose the crap route." What? Why would you choose that route for yourself? I don't get it. It's too easy. I'm gonna do everything. I'm gonna fall off the rails, and I want everyone to pity me and look at why. It's you that's been impacted on this.
Yeah, but then they've got the bag of reasons why.
But it's easy to have the bag of reasons. I've just given you a bag of reasons for my life.
Yeah. That's the thing, innit? And they're grabbing on and holding on to that bag of reasons of doubt, fear, lack of effort, instead of holding on to the bag of reasons why I can do this and why I can do this, and the visualization of me actually getting the life I dreamed of. Instead of
it could be a number of things. Poor parenting, poor upbringing, people you're surrounded with. You know, I always think you are that sum total of your life experience.
Yeah.
I'm only me because of the life I've gone through.
Well, it's always your responsibility, isn't it? Because you, like I said, you could have gone a different way. And as another person in the world that's had all the great upbringing like you have, but they've gone a different way. And as you said, it's that switch of that split-second decision-making of, right, I'm going to stop smoking. I'm going to stop doing the things that don't support my future self.
It's just a bad life decision, and then an inability to pull yourself out of that when because we can all get it wrong, can't we?